Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be assembling a porch swing. To start with, you should have your seat slats and your frame parts already done. So you'll have 3 of your bottom frame parts, 3 of your top frame parts, your 2 long armrest holders and 2 short armrest holders, and 2 armrests. Then you'll have 2.5 inch wide seat slats. One will be, if you're doing a 4-foot swing, it'll be 47 inches. The other one will be 49. Or a 5-foot swing, it'll be 59 and 61. I'm doing a 5-foot today. Then you'll have 10 59-inch seat slats and 6 61-inch seat slats and 2 wide boards. One is 5 1/4 and the other one can be 5 1/4 or 6 inches. Sometimes I do both 5 1/4, depending on how many parts I have made and if I'm batching them out or if I'm making one. But the one on the back, 6 inch, covers up a little bit better, but just to make them the same, 5 1/4 works. I round over my armrest holders and my armrests, and I leave these square so the boards fit flush against them. To start, I take this 2.5 inch wide board, one for the bottom, and get a pencil. The rest a pen. Here's a pencil. So I'll mark it 1/2 inch in and 1/2 inch down from the bottom, from the top, and 1/2 inch up from the bottom. And then to the other side, and I mark it 1/2 inch from the side, and then 1/2 inch from the top, and 1/2 inch from the bottom. And then take a tape measure, find the center. The center of 59 is going to be 29.5. So we'll go 29.5 minus 1/2 inch, because you want your center to be the side of your board. That's 29 inches. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just the way I do it. Then you mark 1/2 inch down. Tell I've done this a few times where my marking is. And then 1/2 inch from the bottom. Oh, my drills are in here. My shop's not quite done. I just added an addition, and so I have AC in my new shop, or heat too. So I put these up to kind of keep it in while I'm up here. I need to make some doors though. So this will be a cypress swing because I'm no on cypress. I charge more for it. Anyways, so got your board marked. So the next thing you want to do is countersink all your holes. And I use this Mono countersink which is number, I don't know if I can read it anymore. Well, it's one of them monobits anyways. So I go ahead and countersink all my holes in this piece. Home Depot sells DeWalt countersinks I've used before. That one just has a stop on it, so it makes it easier. Next thing I do is I stick in the vise. And to grab these. Sometimes the reason I drill those holes first is because sometimes it throws off trying to mount these. First thing you do is you pick one with a good side to the outside. So I'm going to use this one because it's clear, no cracks, no defects or anything. So I'll line it up with the outside and make that little mark up top. And slowly drill that first one. And then I stick a screw in it. These are stainless steel screws because any other type of screws will turn cypress black. Now if you're using pine, you can use regular yellow deck screws is what I typically use, 1 5/8. Those are stainless and they're not magnetic. So we'll take that one that had the bad side on it. Stick it right here in the middle. Now that's not going to cause any issues. It's just a visual defect, but we try to keep those out of sight. So we'll line that one up. Now this one doesn't have to be perfect, but as close to perfect as you can get it, it's fine. Got those two on. And then for the last one, okay, got one screw in each of them. And I lost my square, of course. Sure, it's on video, and you'll see where I put it down at. Did I put it down in here? No. Where did I put my square? Oh, it's in my pocket. It's just buried behind a bunch of stuff. Phone lights on for a weird reason. Okay, next. You'll want to go and make sure those are on square. Should be able to feel it. It should feel square if the end of your board's square. All right. Got that one drilled. That one's drilled. And that one's drilled. Put that back in the spot. That's usually the most difficult part, getting that started. Once it gets started, it's pretty easy from there. Let's move these two wide pieces out of the way. Okay, so those are on. So you want to take a board. It's the same width as your bottom seat slats, and lay that on something flat, and then just feel it, line it up with the side, and go to this side and line that side up. If you want to, you can take this square that up. And now that'll hold your bottom part's frame square until you get other boards in it. Next, you want to take a 1/4 inch spacer. Well, this will be a 59-inch board. Seat slat. Make sure it's centered. It didn't have to be exactly perfect. You can be a 32nd of an inch off, 16th of an inch off. It's not really going to make a difference. Just try to center it. Now I'm holding it down to make sure it's up against that spacer. There's your first board. I always try to pick the prettiest side of the boards when I put them on there. And there's your second board. After your second board, take the slat and take the rest of them and put them up here. And if you want to, you can make extra seat slats. They're not seat slats, spacers. Well, I don't have to worry too much about grain on this or the way it looks, because it's going to be painted. Cypress is very pretty clear coated, but they wanted this one particular one painted white. Okay, that's enough. Center it, hold it tight. There you go. Center it, hold it tight. There you go. Now you can just quickly, well, drop all your screws, I guess. After you drill your hole, your screw pull your board where it needs to be, or it's not in the right place. Okay. Now you can drill the rest of your holes. So I like to see where I'm drilling. put these over here out the way. And there's your bottom part together. All right, I'm gonna look and see if this thing, yeah, it's still recording. Okay. All right, next, I usually sand it. Where's my sander? And we flip it around, take this board, put on there to space it off. Make sure we get the nails out. Next, put the backs on, back frame, back supports. Three screws. Three washers. Three nuts. It's gonna go from the bottom out, because this is gonna be what's holding your chain on. One of these should be the short side. I always measure to double check because this side's the short side. Sometimes I'll put it on the other side. Now, if your templates, frame part templates, if your frame parts were cut right, these should line up flush. If you ordered the kit from me, everything should line up flush. If you cut it right, because you've ordered the plans, it should line up flush. If you ordered it, if I sent you parts and it doesn't line up right, I'll send you new parts. Let me know. Alright, so the back and the bottom are flush. I always leave, I do cut a, let's see. One second, I'll explain it. I always drill those holes 3/8 of an inch, and I use 5/16 inch bolts, so it gives a little bit of wiggle room just in case you were a little bit off. Now I go back in. I had 3 screws right here, so this can't move. Now you grab your other wide board, or your 2.5 inch wide board, and you set it on top. Now center it. Drill a hole. Then I go to this side and center it and flush it up on both sides and drill a hole. That way if these outside pieces are angled in or out a little bit, it pulls them together. So you flush it up, drill the hole. See, that's not exactly flush now, is it? So now, I already got my hole drilled. I can just pull it out to flush a little bit and drill it, and it lines right up. The center one, I just try to make sure it's flat against it and square it up. Now your back part's on. And the back is just like the front.